What would you say is one of the easiest routes to get to the UK?
Well, from my own experience, I would say the easiest is
The UK is in shortage of workers in so many fields. Hear it from someone who came from Africa and currently working and living in the UK.
so basically the UK, just like every other country right now, is in shortage of workers. If you're an accountant, if you are an architect, if you are a chef, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, you're a nurse, and you stand a chance of getting a sponsored job to the UK.
Today, my special guest, Tochi Esther, sharing everything you need to know on how you can be able to get a job in the UK, the most popular route, and the easiest job that you can get. By the way, there is a category of jobs that does not need any specific qualification.
Healthcare assistance is kind of the easiest in the sense that it's not qualification based. So anybody can apply.
So without further ado, let's get into the interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I have another special guest all the way in the UK sharing with us how do you get jobs there, what are the opportunities, and how you can plug in and get the opportunities to move on to the UK. Welcome to the show, Tochi Esther.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me, Daniel.
I'm
I'm
really
glad to
excited.
be here. Thank you.
Yes.
My name is Tochi Esther. I live in the UK with my family, and I have a YouTube channel as well, just like Daniel, where I share tips on how to move to the UK, how to live abroad, life in the UK, and everything good. So you can check it out as well. Channel name is Tochi Esther. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll be sharing the link to her YouTube channel, but you can just start by sharing with us. Like, what are some of these popular jobs that get people like from Africa or foreigners to get to the UK?
Yeah, so basically, the UK, just like every other country right now, is in shortage of workers. I recently shared a video on jobs that are in high demand in the UK,
Mhm.
and there are so many jobs right now because a lot of people don't talk about it. Most people are just interested in healthcare because healthcare was just recently added and it's like the easy way out. But there are other jobs. So if you're an accountant, if you are an architect, if you are a chef, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, you're a nurse, and you stand a chance of getting a sponsored job to the UK. Okay, all you have to basically do is search. There are jobs available. There are companies who are constantly recruiting workers in this field and sponsoring their visa to the UK.
So, like all the careers, the opportunities are there. It's only that people, I see them focusing a lot in healthcare. And what would you
Yeah.
like the salary range for these jobs? How much do they pay?
Well, it depends on your qualification, it depends on your skill. So you can't really say, oh, there's a particular amount that you're expected to earn. It just depends on the level you're applying for and your skills.
Mhm.
Okay. Sometimes somebody who has 10 years experience, okay, might
Yeah,
not get the same pay as somebody who's just starting afresh or who just has 2 years experience.
yeah.
Okay, so some of these jobs, but note that for a skilled worker visa in the UK, for you to be qualified to get sponsorship and come to the UK to work, you shouldn't earn less than £20,480. Okay,
Okay.
so nobody's going to pay you less than 20K. So that is like the starting point for you to even be qualified to get a visa sponsorship job to the UK. UK runs a points-based system. So there are
Uh,
points that they calculate that you should meet to be qualified to come and work in the UK. So salary is one of them. And for your salary, you're not supposed to earn less than 20,000. That's particular amount of money to be qualified. So your salary for you to be qualified to come and work in the UK should be more than that.
and maybe can you explain to us how this point-based system normally works? Like, what other aspect of the job do they look for as they do this point system?
Okay, so for a skilled worker visa in the UK, it's 70 points. You're expected to meet 70 points for you to be qualified to come and work in the UK. So they calculate it, they'll check your English proficiency.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know, I'm not sure. I think it's 10 points. They will
Right.
check if your job is on the shortage occupation list. Because for the UK, there's something called the shortage occupation list, right?
Uh, yeah.
What that shows is that there is a list that shows that some occupations are in shortage in the UK. So if your occupation is in shortage, if your occupation is on that list, then you stand a chance of getting a sponsorship job to the UK. You stand a higher chance than somebody whose occupation is not there, if you get what I mean. So yeah,
Yes.
if your occupation is on that list, you have a point. If you have the English language proficiency, you have a point. If you I think if you get a job and have your COS, you have a point, and it's just basically meeting the required what you're required to meet to get a job. It's just normal. There's nothing extra. So basically, you
Okay.
have to get a job, and your job must be within the salary threshold I mentioned earlier. And then you must show your English language proficiency. You must show that you don't have any criminal record. And then you get a job, get your COS, and then come to the UK to work. These are just all the points you have to meet. And they're just the basic things normally. So it's not something you should be scared of.
Thank you. And just maybe to clarify, COS stands for Certificate of Sponsorship, right?
Yeah.
What would you say is one of the easiest routes to get to the UK? Because I know there are different routes, there are different kind of visas. From your own experience and what you have seen, what seemed to be like one of the easiest route to get to the UK?
Well, from my own experience, I would say the easiest is study visa, because of course you're coming to pay school fees, right? So you're more likely to get a study visa. If you apply for an admission in any university in the UK, you're likely to get admission and then come and study and then pay your school fees, and you can bring your family as well, right? But for
Yeah.
work, the easiest for me is every other kind of job. So I know some people were expecting me to say healthcare assistant, getting a job as a healthcare assistant. But you know that just the way you're going to be applying to get a job as a healthcare assistant is the same way a nurse is going to apply to get a job as a nurse. It's the same way an accountant is going to apply to get a job. It's the same requirement. It's basically stay where you are, go on your phone, go on your gadget, search out for jobs, go on job websites like Indeed, CV Library, Read, so many job sites that you can go on and search for jobs. If you find a job and you're lucky, you get a company who is willing to sponsor you. They give you your offer letter, they give you your certificate of sponsorship, and then you go ahead and book and pay for your visa. Some companies pay for that for you, so you don't have to worry. They pay for
Yeah.
your visa, pay for your flight, give you like provide a temporary accommodation for you where you will stay for like 1 month when you come into the UK. So getting a job is also easy so long as you are qualified and you know where to search. So it doesn't matter the kind of job. Why I would somehow say that healthcare assistance is kind of the easiest is
Okay.
because is in the sense that it's not qualification based. So anybody can apply, unlike those other ones that are qualification based. So you basically have to be an accountant to apply as an accountant. You basically have to be a nurse with nursing experience to apply as a nurse. You basically have to be an engineer to apply as an engineer. But for healthcare assistant, it doesn't matter what you studied in school. You can be a tailor, you can be a carpenter, you can be a sales manager, you can be a sales rep. It just doesn't matter. What they are looking out for is just your experience as a healthcare assistant, at least a 6 months experience in a professional setting. So that is why you would say is one of the easiest ways to get a job and move to the UK on a skilled worker visa.
Thank you for shedding light on that aspect, because most people think it's only healthcare or being a health assistant. But irrespective of whichever career you're in, as long as you have the qualifications and you have the opportunity opening and you can see it maybe advertised on those websites, go ahead and apply. But
Yeah.
again, you want again to keep your options open, you can still try out the health assistant job, because as we've seen, there's no specific qualification for it. Now, maybe you can share with us your story. Like, How is it that you ended up in the UK?
Well, just like every other person, I just wanted to survive. Okay, I just wanted a better life for myself, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why everybody wants to move. So we found an opportunity, just like you right now, that is watching me from Africa or from anywhere you're watching from, right? It just started like that. And that was how we started looking for jobs, started looking for opportunities abroad. And then we found one and we grabbed it. And so God be the glory, we are here today.
As we finish up there, I think then I would ask, what advice would you give to anyone who is starting to look for a job in the UK and they're very serious, they want to move to the UK? So I think already you've talked about looking for the available opportunity in the different websites. What other advice would you add on top of that?
Well, I would say the truth is that it's not as easy as we come here to say it, right? You're going to get your own fair share of disappointments, fair share of unfortunate leads. We all had our own fair share of it when we're applying for jobs. It doesn't come easy. Okay, we all know that nothing good comes easy, right? So you have to be patient. Give yourself a target. You can tell yourself, today or every day, I'm going to be putting out at least 5 job applications with visa sponsorship to the UK. So if you want to move to UK, if you want to move to Canada, any country you think you want to move to, just give yourself a target and tell yourself, I am going to be putting out job applications every day until I get a yes, because it's just one yes you need, right? The good thing is that you can get so many disappointments, but it's only one yes that you need that will bring you to the UK. So that is why you shouldn't give up until you get that yes that you're looking for. So just keep applying and be patient. Okay, don't give up. It will be hard, all right? It could be frustrating, but you always have to bear at the back of your mind that as you're applying for a job, that's the same way another person's applying for the same job, and thousands of people could be applying for the same job as well. So
Yeah.
bear that at the back of your mind all the time and put your best foot forward. Put your CV together, do all you have to do. Make sure you get all your documents together, take all the trainings you need, get all the experience that you need, and start applying for jobs. Okay, UK is experience based. So they won't just give you a job because you want to move abroad. They have to see you that you're really qualified and you're the right man for the job. Okay, so always note that whenever I just know that, okay, now I want to apply for a job, and I know that as I'm applying for this job, I'm not the only one applying for a job. So that is why you should make sure that it is perfect. Your application is perfect, okay, to the best of your ability and your knowledge, and then put out your application and keep putting out applications until you get that positive response that you desire. So just keep pushing, don't give up, don't be tired, and surely you will get that positive response that you so desire. And I wish you guys all the best. Okay, we await your testimonies when you come into the UK.
Thank you. I like that. It is not a thing that you just do once, you get tired and say, oh, I'm not getting. You keep on trying until you get it. There's a saying I like, which goes, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Actually, if it was easy, everybody would have gotten it. But those who stick there long enough are able to get it. Thank you very much, Tochi Esther, for joining us. Remember, guys, Esther has a YouTube channel sharing all the information about moving to the UK, migration, life in the UK, lifestyle, and everything, jobs. So also take a look at her channel.
I have created a whole playlist of interviews that I've done with Africans who are currently living and working in the UK as they share their tips. Find that link somewhere up here. Yeah, I will put that link to the playlist. Also, take a look at this video on the website that publish sponsorship jobs in the UK. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until my next video, I'm out.